From the dawn of time, if something bad happened, someone was to blame. So, for instance, as a PE teacher, if I smoke someone in the face with a dodgeball and I end up in the principal's office, I'm going to pay for it. Just like the New England Patriots going 3 and most likely 14, someone's going to have to pay for it. So when it comes down to it, it is the beginning of the end for this New England Patriots. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. On the daily, pushing out that content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below. So today what we're going to be talking about is this specific Patriot most likely finding the exit in departing the organization. As well, we talk a crazy draft scenario that if this happened, it would be like Christmas Day every day for the New England Patriots. As well, we're talking some Pro Bowl news. So, yeah, believe it or not, we're talking the Pro Bowl on this podcast with this team. So let's jump into it. First and foremost, the coach we're talking about, AVP, Alex Van Pelt. Now, whether you like him or not, whether you give him the benefit of the doubt or not, you can't argue that this offense has been one of the worst performing offenses in the NFL. Now, he came into an organization where they had decided, hey, we are going to start this journeyman of a quarterback at quarterback. The wide receiver room is, we got people injured. We got a lot of young guys on here. We got some guys that have never even stepped foot on an NFL field. And a lot of people would argue is the worst wide receiver room in the league. The offensive line, you could easily argue, is the worst offensive line in the league. And then the running game, honestly, could be a great run game. And honestly, throughout the year has not been one of the worst. It's been one of the more in the middle NFL rushing attacks. Now, it probably hasn't helped that the offensive line has done awful. But again, Ramondre Stevenson, Antonio Gibson, Hasty, they're not bad running backs. But that being said, AVP comes into this as an offensive coordinator and is trying to figure it out and make it work. In a way, he was kind of set up to fail, in my opinion. But again, from the beginning, I understand why they started Jacoby Brissett. But then as you see Drake May, you start to realize, wow, they should have started Drake May. And they've been seeing this in practices. AVP has been seeing these in practices. So it is much more likely for AVP, if he would have started the year with Drake May, I really think they would have had a couple more wins. Now, granted, they would not be in the draft position they are in, but I think they would have gotten a couple more wins. I think it's possible that Seahawks overtime, that game would have been a win. I think the Dolphins game could have been a win. And so that being said, I think it could have looked a little better for AVP, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go with a young gunslinger right here in Drake May," but that is not what he did. Now, granted, I'm sure the organization had told him, "Hey, let's play it safe," and I think they decided as a group, as an organization, him, Gerard Mayo, and others, saying, "Hey, we should probably go the safe route," which, in all honesty, probably in retrospect was not the route AVP should have taken if he wanted to keep his job. Now, again, hindsight is always 20/20, but that being said, it is very likely that Alex Van Pelt will lose his job after this game against the Bills. Someone has to answer for it. The team is looking bad, and all signs point to them keeping Gerard Mayo. If that's the case, they want to appease the fans and say, look, we're trying to fix things. One of our worst performing areas was offense, so we're going to oust AVP and the offensive coordinator. So I think the writing is on the wall. Now, he had this to say about it. This is a business. We all signed up for this. And that's the thing with coaching. I respect him saying that. Look, you're not guaranteed anything in coaching. Look at Bill Belichick. I mean, a lot of people thought he was going to ride off into the sunset. Now he's coaching UNC. You look at a lot of coaches that have success, and then they make it to the mountaintop, and then they fall mightily. So you are not guaranteed tomorrow when it comes to coaching. Just because you're doing well, just like players aren't guaranteed tomorrow. You got to go out there and compete every single day. That really shows how crazy what Bill Belichick did, what Tom Brady did, what this organization did when they won those 6 Super Bowls. That is unheard of. There's a reason they call it a dynasty, and it was special, is because it is so unheard of. And you have to adapt and you have to figure things out if you want to compete in this league. And so, again, business decision, hey, we want to appease the fans. We want to make it look like we're doing something, so we're going to get rid of AVP. Now, am I saying it's all his fault? No, I'm not. I think there's other people that should be on the hot seat. Again, I really think at the top of that list should be Elliott Wolf. But again, we will see, I guess, after this draft, how he does and how this draft class pans out, and potentially, hopefully, some people from the 2024 class can start panning out this next season. But that being said, one thing I really also respect that AVP said was, listen, this team came in every single game and gave it their full effort. And I respect that. And he said he's coached on teams before where he's seen essentially people give up. And so I think that says a lot about this organization and the leaders on this team, even though they are sinking and it is looking bad. The fact that they're saying, no, we're still going to go out. We're a bunch of grown men. And it is in our best interest, in our character and our loyalty to go out and do our best. And I'm not saying that was everyone's mindset, but at least the leaders on that team, that was their mindset. And I think there was times that it didn't necessarily look like it, but I think that's also because this team was rough in general. So anyways, AVP, I think the writing's on the wall for him. It's the beginning of the end. Tell me what you think about it. Comment below. Do you think he keeps his job, or do you think he gets the boot? Comment below. Let me know. Next, Josh Allen will be starting the game against the Patriots, probably be pulled pretty quickly. Again, he is in the MVP running. So, maybe he'll throw a touchdown. Who the heck knows? But again, they do not care about this game. Do not care. Next, here is the big trade in the draft. So the New England Patriots, this sounds like way too good to be true, but I just had to share it. New England Patriots trade their first round pick, the first overall pick, to the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Raiders give the Patriots back the 8th overall pick, the 39th overall pick, and then in 2026, their first round in 2026, their third round in 2026, their first round in 2027, and then their third rounder in 2027. There is absolutely no way they do this for Shedeur Sanders. There's no way. There's no way. Again, for Caleb Williams last year, maybe. But this is selling the absolute boat for Shedeur Sanders. Now, again, you never know. Maybe they do that. But the thing is, you think they would try to figure out a way to do that, but then also get Travis Hunter. Who knows? Maybe they need a new head coach and they go get Deion Sanders. Who the heck knows? But very interesting. I would love this, though. Abdul Carter, great edge rusher. He would be the 8th overall pick. Offensive tackle out of West Virginia with the 36th pick. Shortly after, 39th pick. You have a Miami wide receiver, another another offensive lineman, cornerback. So some great position players. Honestly, you look at this and you're like, wow, this actually looks pretty good. Whoever set this draft up, I don't mind it at all, and it looks better already than what Elliott Wolf would do, but who knows what he's going to do. So anyways, last but not least, Pro Bowler Brendan Schooler, really coming in and showing his role as that special teams player, coming in after Matthew Slater, and showing, hey, I'm a Pro Bowler, I'm great, I'm worth it. And he is. You watch him play, he is running with reckless abandonment. He is fun to watch. So good for him. I'm glad that at least one Patriot got on the team. So it's not like the MLB, where the MLB, you have to have at least one player from each team represented. In the NFL, it is not like that. So good for him. Good for Schooler. Good for the Patriots. Glad at least one person got on there. So anyways, comment below. Tell me what you think about AVP. Maybe this crazy draft trade, Brendan Schooler, whatever you want to talk about, comment below. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. We'll talk later. Peace.